About an hour ago, I went across to my local charity shop. It's just across the road from where I live. And I picked up this record. This is Horselips. Now Horselips is it is an Irish progressive rock, hippie, psychedelic sort of group. It was back in the 70s, 60s or 70s. Now these people, they used to be anti-establishment. Free love, free speech, free everything. All of that. Today, these groups, and groups like them, the surviving members, they are now 100% establishment. They are 100% woke. You know, they used to be against the man. Now they are the man. All of these people are rabidly left-wing. They support mass immigration, diversity, inclusion, all of that stuff. And this is pretty much across the board with these people. Like in England, you've got one of my favourite groups in England of that type is Jethro Tull. Jethro Tull now are totally woke. They have all of these people, they have a whole belief system now, which they never mentioned back in the 60s and 70s. You know, people like this, they weren't telling people, their audience back then, they weren't saying, hang on, there's too many white people here. They weren't talking about transgenderism. They weren't saying that, you know, it was something terribly wrong about Ireland being a white country. They weren't saying anything like that. But, and it's extraordinary. Well, maybe it's not, but it's extraordinary at a certain level that all of these people, these are hippie, progressive types, they are now rapidly authoritarian. They're opposed to free speech. They're opposed to, and these guys, their music was sort of Celtic rock, you know, based on old Irish tunes and old Irish music and old Irish culture. Now they're trying to destroy Irish culture. And this, as I said, this is across the board now. You know, from the guys from this period, the 60s and 70s, they're all rabid fascists now. Left-wing fascists, but fascists, all of them. And then you've got the Bono generation. And I don't know the names of the current batch of singers and bands and all that, but they're all progressive. They all deeply believe in censorship. They are all also, of course, rabidly racist. You know, they like having a certain type of black person, you know, disadvantaged black person, that they can speak for. Now, of course, with all of these people, you know, we have black people in Ireland who respect Irish culture, who respect freedom of speech. But of course, you don't hear these people on radio. You never hear these people. You know, if you're a black person in Ireland and you have the wrong opinions, well, you're a white supremacist, miraculously. But it's really, I'm repeating myself here, but it really is mind-boggling that all of these people, you know, all of these people who were anti-establishment and all that, they're the exact polar opposite. And they're not just the opposite, they're fascistically so. I mean, these people, they really are fascists. But, and it's a thing I can't understand with the youth of today and youth culture of today. You know, where's the rebellion gone? You know, you expect young people to rebel. But quite the opposite is happening. But that, That's a very good record. And if you like progressive 60s, slightly unusual in music, you like this. But, and of course all of these people believe in the death penalty for homosexuality. All of these people. Now this might seem an odd thing to say, including Bono. Bono believes in the death penalty for homosexuality. And, you know, this might seem a wild thing to say, but actually it's not. You know, if you insist on opening your doors to the entire Muslim world, and that's what these people want, if you insist on that, then it means you want gay people dead, because that's what you get. You know, if you insist on bringing people in from countries where virtually everyone, at the very least, believes it should be illegal, and where significant numbers believe in the death penalty, well, you don't judge people by what they say, you judge people by what they do. And if you support that sort of immigration, then you want gay people dead. That's an objective fact, not an opinion. And now we've had, just recently, we've had gay people being murdered in Ireland, and there are more on the way. Make no question about that. You know, in Britain for years now, you have gay people mysteriously being stabbed. And they're being stabbed to death by homophobes. No mention of the ideology of these homophobes or the religion, none. But, and we're going to get that in Ireland. As the population of people who believe in the death penalty for homosexuality increases in Ireland, and it will, more and more gay people will be murdered. And the LGBT community believe in the death penalty for homosexuality. It doesn't matter what they say publicly. It doesn't matter what they say to themselves. You know, if there are a lot of people out there in foreign lands who want to kill black people, and I say, open the doors, well, that means I want black people dead. You know, it's as simple as that. You can say what you like, you can lie to as many people as you like, you can lie to yourself. But if you insist that Ireland open its doors to the most intolerant, anti-Semitic, anti-gay societies that have ever existed, where lots of people believe in the death penalty for homosexuality, then... And of course in Ireland we have Dr. Ali Saleem, the spokesperson for the biggest mosque in Ireland, and he goes on national radio and says it. The last time he said it, it was on News Talk FM. And News Talk FM is apparently now, it's just gone to #1 in the ratings. And there are approximately 750,000 people who listen to News Talk FM every day. And miraculously, the last time Dr. Ali Saleem was interviewed and talked about the death penalty for homosexuality and how it would be introduced into Ireland when Ireland becomes a Muslim country, the last time that happened, the entire population of Ireland went deaf. Nobody heard it. Total silence in the LGBT community. Total silence. You know, Dr. Ali Saleem's words, you know, this man's words may have caused the death of these two people in Ireland recently. You know, here's a man who's advocating for the death penalty. And it would be interesting to know which mosque this man responsible for killing them Now, nobody has been convicted yet, and I don't know if the man in custody is innocent or guilty. I haven't a clue. But if this man turns out to be a Muslim, which I suspect he will be a Muslim, it'd be interesting to know what mosque he went to. Did he go to the Clonee Mosque, for which Dr. Ali Saleem is the spokesperson? You know, here we have a major Islamic figure in Ireland who openly talks about the death penalty for homosexuality and how it is a good thing, and how in the fullness of time we will have it in Ireland. You know, how much of an influence might that have had on some Muslim here in Ireland who decides to start killing gay people? You know, Dr. Ali Saleem could stand up naked in O'Connell Street and call for the death penalty for homosexuality, and the LGBT movement, the woke society, will just turn a deaf ear. I'm rambling on and expressing myself very badly, but you take my point. Times have changed. Times have really changed. And dead gay people, that's the sign of the times. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse.